Welcome to my channel Young and the Restless Official, where you can get news about. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow, and I am your buddy. Now let's get started. Young and the Restless, YNR, spoilers hint that Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, recently got offered the co-CEO gig at Glissade, which is now owned by Victor Newman, Eric Braeden. Ever since the mustache mentioned there could be opportunities at Newman Enterprises for a talented young executive like himself, Kyle has pondered jumping ship. Kyle will have to mull over Victor's proposal. After all, while it's interesting, there are many cons, one being he'd have to work with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, and another would be hurting his father Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, by working with his enemy. Ultimately, Kyle will say yes though, but what will the repercussions be? The Young and the Restless spoilers, massive blowout at the Abbott mansion. YNR spoilers hint that if Kyle jumps ship, there will be a big blowout at the Abbott household. Jack will be disappointed in Kyle's news, and Diane Abbott, Susan Walters, will lose her mind over it. Especially because the two clashed so much while working together, as Diane was Kyle's superior. Dak may, or may not, kick Kyle out of the mansion, but after their fight, Abbott will realize it's not only time for him to spread his wings, career-wise, but also when it comes to his living arrangements. YNR spoilers, Kyle Abbott moves to the GCAC. But not for long. Like any other person that's homeless in Genoa City, Kyle may move to the GCAC temporarily, until he figures things out. Harrison Abbott, Redding Munsell, will be in tow, and while he's an easygoing kid, the hotel isn't exactly child-friendly. Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, may catch wind of what's happening and confide in Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, who could tell the mustache. Maybe Kyle tells Victor directly, but either way, Newman won't want his great-grandson living in a small room, even if it's short-term. Victor will insist that Kyle move to the Newman ranch. As Harrison's nanny, Claire Grace, Haley Aaron, is at the Tack House, this will make it easy for Kyle to get to work, and the transition will be smooth for his son. It'll also give Kyle and Claire more time to bond as they are living very close to each other. More importantly, Victor knows that Kyle and Harrison living with him will get under Jack's skin, and since his ultimate revenge plan is to ruin Abbott, having the two under his roof will be like a cherry on top of his vengeance sundae. If Kyle accepts the Glissade job, will he move out of the Abbott mansion and into the Newman ranch? Join the discussion below. Tune into the popular CBS soap daily and check out this site regularly for the best Young and the Restless spoilers and news. In the opulent and labyrinthine world of Genoa City, upheavals in personal fortunes and power struggles are as common as the glittering galas that mark its social calendar. The latest scandal to grip the city revolves around Kyle Abbott, whose recent expulsion from the Abbott mansion sends shockwaves through the elite circles. As whispers and rumors flutter through the corridors of power, speculation mounts about his next move. Kyle Abbott's fall from grace. The Abbott mansion, a symbol of wealth and influence, has always been Kyle's home. The sprawling estate, with its manicured lawns and timeless architecture, stands as a testament to the Abbott family's legacy. However, the mansion's walls have recently been witness to escalating tensions and fierce confrontations. The source of this familial discord? A culmination of Kyle's contentious decisions, his strained relationship with his father Jack, and a series of explosive confrontations that could no longer be contained. Jack Abbott, the formidable patriarch of the family, had long tolerated Kyle's rebellious streak and questionable alliances. But recent events, shady business deals, personal betrayals, and a scandal involving Jabot, the family company, proved too much. In a dramatic showdown, Jack, torn between paternal love and the need to uphold the family's integrity, made the painful decision to ask Kyle to leave. The scene was one of raw emotion. Jack, standing firm despite the pain in his eyes, declared, "Kyle, you have left me no choice. Until you can prove that you value this family and its legacy, you are no longer welcome here." Kyle's response, a mix of defiance and disbelief, was met with an eerie silence from the family. As he packed his belongings, the weight of his actions bore down on him. The Abbott mansion, once his sanctuary, now felt like a mausoleum of lost opportunities. A new alliance, the Newman Ranch. As Kyle drove away from the mansion, the question of his next destination loomed large. It was then that an unexpected offer came from the least likely of allies, Victor Newman. The Newman patriarch, always a master of strategic moves, saw an opportunity in Kyle's exile. Victor's relationship with the Abbott family had always been complicated, marked by rivalry and occasional alliances. Extending an invitation to Kyle was a calculated risk, one that could yield significant advantages. Victor's call came as Kyle was weighing his limited options. "Kyle, this is Victor Newman. I've heard about your recent predicament. I believe we can be of mutual benefit to each other. Join me at the Newman Ranch." The offer was tantalizing. The Newman Ranch, a sprawling estate rivaling the Abbott mansion in grandeur, represented a new beginning. More importantly, aligning with Victor could provide Kyle the resources and backing he needed to reclaim his standing in Genoa City. Life at the Newman Ranch. The Newman Ranch, with its expansive grounds and luxurious interiors, offered Kyle a stark contrast to his recent turmoil. As he settled into his new quarters, he couldn't help but feel a mix of relief and trepidation. The Newmans, known for their fierce loyalty in equally fierce conflicts, were an entirely different dynamic from the Abbotts. Victor's children, particularly Adam and Nick, had their own complicated histories and agendas. Victoria, ever the strategist, was skeptical of Kyle's presence. "Father, are you sure about this? Kyle has always been an Abbott first." Victor, with his characteristic confidence, dismissed her concerns. "Victoria, Kyle is a valuable asset. He needs our help, and we need someone with his insights. This is a win-win." For Kyle, navigating life at the Newman Ranch was a delicate dance. He had to prove his worth to Victor while being wary of the other Newman's suspicions. His interactions with Victor were both enlightening and intimidating. Victor, with his vast experience and shrewdness, became an unexpected mentor. "Kyle, if you want to succeed, you must learn to think several steps ahead. Anticipate, strategize, and never show your hand too soon." A new beginning? As weeks turned into months, Kyle found himself adapting to his new environment. The initial frostiness from some of the Newmans thawed as they began to see his value. He brought fresh perspectives to Newman Enterprises, helping to broker deals and navigate corporate pitfalls. However, the shadow of his past actions at Jabot loomed large, reminding him that trust had to be earned, not demanded. One evening, as Kyle sat on the veranda of the Newman Ranch, gazing at the setting sun, he reflected on his journey. The path from the Abbott mansion to the Newman Ranch had been tumultuous.